been late.
So,
They've been some late nights.
yeah. But yeah, we do that. But, and when Wen comes over, the team works there. We plug in
when
upstairs.
They're there. They're quiet.
They clean up after themselves.
They clean up after themselves. Wen even comes and says, "Hey, can I get you something to drink? Do you need anything? Can I get you a snack?" They're awesome.
Yeah, so it's only my nest.
It's just you.
It's just me. It's not actually the nest. It's me in the nest.
It's you in
Yeah, well, we're working our way out of it. We're working our way slowly out of it.
I keep thinking, like, is there a different kind of piece of furniture that I could get that hides all your shit away at the end of the night? But it just doesn't even matter because even during the day,
well, here's the good thing. If we move the nest upstairs, like all the stuff needs to be there. The only thing I would need to bring downstairs at night is the computer, the one computer and the one notebook. And then what I would do when I go to bed, take it right back upstairs for the next morning.
Yeah.
So I think we can handle that. Now, here's the question. Am I allowed to do origami in that chair, or do I have to find another spot to do my origami now?
You can do your origami in that chair. Have I complained about your origami?
Yes, you said I have paper things all over the house.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said we have them nice and neat in a little basket.
Eagles! Welcome to She Said, 1.5 weeks before we roll into the Super Bowl here in Philadelphia. We are so glad to have you. I am Pam Pryor, CFO, speaker, author, and I balance the books.
And I'm Deb Reinhardt, corporate executive coach, and most days I balance Pam.
When we try to. I know, that's the truth. And we have... Let's see, this week's been a great week because
we haven't spoken most of the week.
Well, that's true. But tell them about Sunday and how watching the divisional playoffs affected you.
The playoff game. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I should apologize to all my meditation teachers at this point. I just can't do it. I scream. I curse. I can literally feel my blood pressure rise.
Go up.
Yes.
It's so fun. And you can't breathe it back down. Like you can't. She gets so in it.
I have to walk out of the room to decompress.
And we're completely opposite because you yell, scream, get frustrated. Usually you don't watch the games because of that. But this was a division playoff. I think you felt like...
I watch a lot of games, but the games that I'm like really deeply emotionally invested in, I can't fully watch them.
But this one, it was the division playoffs from the NFC. You had to do it. And what I noticed was we're really different. You yell, scream, and get high blood pressure at the bad stuff. When that timer ran out, or the moment I knew we won that game, I leapt out of my seat like I was 20 freaking years old and just screamed, yes, yes, yes. Nobody was there to hear it. Nobody was there to hear it. Just as if we were back in 2008 at the Philly Stadium.
We were both doing the same thing. It was awesome.
Yep, we were high-fiving in the air, and it was just so much fun. So that's the biggest news of our week, was a blast. And then I was exhausted on Monday. How about you?
Yes.
It does take it out of you. But that's why we bleed. That's why we bleed green.
We bleed green. Although I'm today
greenish.
Sort of.
Francis thinks it's green.
Sort of teal-ish.
Francis and anybody colorblind.
Francis is colorblind. You can't really go with
anybody colorblind thinks it's green. But this week is special for a whole other reason.
Yeah.
Because you know all our chit chat about date nights.
I know. We're actually going to have a date. We're actually going to have a date night tonight. I know.
Yeah. So shout out to Chef Melissa and Theo of Zest Culinary. Amazing food. They were our private chefs for a while, and now they've continued to run their business.
We should get her back.
We should get her back.
We should get
what
her
the
back.
heck?
We're so bad.
Melissa, I'm talking to you tonight. Jesus.
Yeah,
why didn't I think of that? Yeah, we should. Their food is amazing.
Yeah.
And they're having a little celebration.
It's better than ordering out on DoorDash every
Absolutely.
day.
And more cost effective over the long run and healthier.
Yeah.
And we would sit down at the table and eat it.
No, you wouldn't still do that.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. For those meals, yes, I would.
You would.
If I'm eating a bowl of soup or a plate of noodles.
You heard her say she'd do that. I really think we need to check on that.
I do. I will confess I eat in my throne upstairs, the throne we always talk about versus the office, which we'll get to in a minute. But, and I will. If I'm eating a plate of noodles, I'll sit in that chair and eat it, which is sometimes how I eat dinner. Bowl of soup. But if we have a meal like that, I'm sitting at the table. I'm setting the table. Okay. I'm sitting at the table. Who knows? I may even put a candle on the table.
Jeez, don't go too far.
I'm just saying.
Don't go too far.
I'm just saying. So are you looking forward to tonight?
I am. I am.
And how is work going for you in the executive suite of a pharmaceutical company?
In the E-suite. It's going well. It's busy.
Settling in?
Like, I'm settling in. Remembering all of the things that I conveniently forgot for 2 years.
Give us an example.
Just the dealing with people thing.
Well, it's your specialty.
It is, but it's really, really interesting to come back into a corporate setting. It is one thing to deal with them as a coach when they come to you and they're seeking
good
coaching.
Point.
It's another thing to be in the presence of things that require coaching in the moment, and
Gotcha.
you have to figure out, how am I gonna help that?
So this is your special gift, though, because something I watch and now I listen to sometimes when I'm not working, and you are one of a kind, and I don't even think just like one of the best. You are one of a kind at your ability to identify something that needs to be fixed, figuring out or finding the people who need to fix it, and then coming out with the answers that make it a win-win for everybody. And you guide
That's
it
the goal.
with, like, you're the invisible hand behind the morphing.
They might wish I was the invisible hand.
But you're good at this. You're really good at it. Is it fun?
It is. It really is.
Okay.
And I said, if it ever becomes, really not fun, I won't continue.
But you love the people.
But the people are amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think what I'm experiencing, is that they're remote.
Mm-hmm.
If the role can be remote, it's absolutely acceptable to be remote, which is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's allowed us to really hire some exceptional talent.
Which you wouldn't have necessarily.
A lot of people are making people go back in the office.
That's true.
But what I will say is, when things are challenging or when you have new teams that need to come together, the remoteness and the lack of being able to put people in a room together where they can feel each other's energy, kind of read the room, read the feeling, it creates opportunity for, kind of conflict where there doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
So, I think we're still working to find what that balance is. I'm looking forward, I'll be traveling, to go out to the office, traveling to go to our Iceland office, which I'm excited to see. Yeah. So, but
it's interesting. I was having this conversation with one of my clients last night, and we were talking about, I won't go into details, but an incident with a friend or family member of ours has been dealing with, and he's like, I just feel like people have given themselves permission to be assholes behind a screen. Whereas if you were face-to-face with somebody and addressing a topic, you'd have the conversation, you'd work it out for the most part.
Yeah.
Like way back in the old days, the 90s, that's how we handled 90% of our interactions. Now, there were the occasional Toms and Johns, not to name last names, who made it really difficult to do that even face-to-face. But I do think that now the ability to get behind a screen has really elevated. I don't know. What do you all think?
I think people feel a bit of liberty to just kind of say whatever's on their mind. But on the flip side, I think even when people are doing their best, they can't always know that the other person's doing their best,
and they don't assume
because they're not.
That's my thing.
Because they're not in the space.
That's my thing. Okay, so one of the pet peeves, and this is actually kind of shaped in the form of old lady advice. Always assume the other person is doing their best in the moment.
Yeah, it makes you feel so much better if you start that. If you start from that assumption, it's always so much better.
Why would you assume otherwise? Like, do you really think, do I really think I'm so important that the person who pissed me off today woke up this morning and said, I hate Pam Pryor, I'm going to piss her off.
I'm going to make her life miserable.
No, they're doing their best in the moment. And I think that's why these exchanges get so nasty, because we're not there to know the person and listen to their side before we start this tirade. I think that might be
And
part
I
of
don't
it.
even think it doesn't always start as a tirade. So this is the
No, but it builds.
but it builds, right? It
Great
just
point.
is kind of it's subtle, it's subtle, it's subtle.
You assume a little bit of bad here and then a
until
little more
the sudden
bad.
it flips. Yeah.
Instead of,
and it hits a tipping point, and then it's it's a mess.
yeah. And
So,
but that is a kind of a tip for the day for me, and it's something I used to coach my team on all the time. Is just assume whoever's on the other side of whatever, the room, if you're face to face, the phone, the computer, is doing the best they can in that day. They're not out to bother you.
Not out to get you.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can work myself into thinking they are, if I don't start that way.
Yeah.
It's not that I irritate people ever.
No.
But
not you.
Ever. Speaking of that, one of the things though that made me think of is strange, is kind of more like pet peeves at work. Like not necessarily people who are that you don't get along with or whatever, but pet peeves. Like, do you have any kind of pet peeves around an office? It's more like when you're sharing offices. So I guess.
So I will say, so we in my prior work when I was in the office, we had open office space. A pet peeve: people who talk really loud in open office space. And I'm going to share that as like terror. Even when we're at home, I talk loudly. Here, you are freaking loud.
I know, but you know what happens when I talk quietly? I'm going to do it as an example here. So as an example, I'm going to talk quietly now because I don't want to disrupt somebody. I inevitably get from whoever I'm talking to, "Are you okay?"
You don't have to do bedroom voice, Pam.
But I don't know how
there's
to talk
a difference
quietly
between
without,
quiet.
I don't know how to emote appropriately when I talk quietly because I've never done it. So people always think I'm either being arrogant or I'm being moody.
Stop it.
Or
Stop it.
See, I fucking hate it. I can't do it.
Because you can still have that same amount of energy. You just have to take the volume down.
I don't know. Help me.
Yeah.
Like if there were a filter I could put in the back of my throat and still have the same energy.
Yeah.
I would do it, but man, I've tried so many.
Don't do this.
I'm even going to try right now, like to do emotion quietly. It is creepy.
You sound creepy. So just stop for right now. But let's just assume. Let me just tell you that
it's a pet peeve.
It's a pet peeve.
It is what it is.
Just stop it right now.
We closed both doors so that we can manage it.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
And then the poor dogs end up on the outside of all the doors, or if they end up on the inside of the door, then you have to go in and out and in and out.
But a big part of my special sauce in the business, and I'm sure with a lot of entrepreneurs out there, is how you interact with people.
Yeah.
So if you're naturally a thing, you got to be your thing.
Yeah.
And you can't kind of pull it back.
Yeah.
For those reasons, but open office space is an issue. Yeah. My open office space issue was smelly shit in the microwave.
Yeah. Or lots of perfume or cologne.
Lots of perfume.
I mean, I like a good cologne, but like a wash in a good cologne. Bill Barry, he always.
Oh my God, he smelled so good. He was our European finance god when we worked at DuPont, Merck and DuPont Pharma. He knew. And he would come to the Wilmington office, and we would smell it.
You could smell him coming down the hall.
But it wasn't offensive. I don't know what it was about his cologne. It was like we all just ran out in the hall to get hugs.
It was just Bill.
Yeah.
It was just Bill.
It was. He smelled like that mixed with cigarettes and whiskey. Like all together in one batch.
It's just a guy.
It was an awesome Irishman.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah, so that's my pet peeves for the day. I know another pet peeve you have.
What?
My nest.
Yeah, your nest amuses me.
And I'm going to be working back in my office today.
I can't make my family room clean every day.
Yeah.
It's that one corner. Like everything else that can get structured. That one corner where your chair is.
It's a mess. So here's what I'm doing though. We've put a nest.
I put a nice comfy chair in the office. I asked
for it. You didn't.
I moved it there
but I said, let's put this in my office. I'm solving this problem. So let's put the chair in there. I can very easily do my mornings in that chair. What happens is I do my mornings in the chair, and I do day trading in the morning. And so I sit down to do it there with the laptop on my lap, and then like, boom, my first call comes up. So now I'm going to start doing it just upstairs, and then it'll be fine.
So we're going to disconnect all of the wires and everything from downstairs?
We could do that, but then I would stay upstairs and do my evening work upstairs, which I can, but we'd never have any time together.
because you're working. So it doesn't matter.
Well, you're not pretty much done until 7 o'clock.
It's been late. They've been late. They've been some late nights.
Yeah, but yeah, we do. But and when comes over, the team works there. We plug in
when
upstairs.
They're there. They're quiet.
They clean up after themselves.
They clean up after themselves. Wen even comes and says, "Hey, can I get you something to drink? Do you need anything? Can I get you a snack?" They're awesome.
Yeah, so it's only my nest.
It's just you.
It's just me. It's not actually the nest. It's me in the nest.
It's you in.
Yeah. Well, we're working our way out of it. We're working our way slowly out of it.
I keep thinking, like, is there a different kind of piece of furniture that I could get that hides all your shit away at the end of the night? But it just doesn't even matter because even during the day,
well, here's the good thing. If we move the nest upstairs, like all the stuff needs to be there. The only thing I would need to bring downstairs at night is the computer, the one computer and the one notebook. And then what I would do when I go to bed, take it right back upstairs for the next morning.
Yeah.
So I think we can handle that. Now, here's the question. Am I allowed to do origami in that chair, or do I have to find another spot to do my origami now?
You can do your origami in that chair. Have I complained about your origami?
Yes, you said I have paper things all over the house.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said we have them nice and neat in a little basket. I'm totally happy because we can put them into a little basket.
It beats Legos and model airplanes.
It beats Legos all over the place and little airplane pieces.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I learned something this week about origami because Wen kind of made me think of something. They'd sent me a couple of videos and like, oh, I don't like the videos because I have to like keep pausing it and then do a fold and then pause it and then do a fold. But they taught me that you can just double tap when you're watching YouTube and it'll go backwards.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
You didn't know that?
Even
I knew that. And I'm not a YouTuber.
You knew that?
Yes.
Wow.
Press and hold the screen.
That I know, at 2Xs. Yeah. That I knew. Like, I do that all the time, because you know me. I listen to Voxer on 4X and all that stuff. But
that's annoying. That's a pet peeve.
But the
listening to your things on, like, 3X speed, that's annoying.
Is it? Oh, there's another pet. Look at the just coming out like...
Yeah, I'll offer that one.
They're coming out like the dust bunnies
because you turn the volume up. It's like, and what do you hear? You hear like...
I want dust bunnies blowing across the screen while she's talking. When you design this one, or Francis,
somebody says, did you understand what that said?
She's just spewing them.
You're barking because of the baby.
That's because the little guy barked. Yeah. So, so what else? Get it all out. Get all those pet peeves out. What else do I do?
Well, like the
nest, list is so long and distinguished.
The nest is probably like the nest has facets.
So by the next episode, I will have no more days in the nest.
Pens
after
in the
today,
nest?
no more days in the nest.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
We've been pretty bad with the date night checks, the office checks. So nest checks, I don't know if that's the best idea.
Well, the nest is the office check.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So if I'm not in the nest, I'm in my office.
She's working in our office.
Right? That's the whole thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna, we're done. It's all done. Over. Just like I gave up Diet Coke.
Just like Diet Coke?
Yep, it's over.
Yeah,
all over.
So sorry, Coca-Cola. She used to be very addicted to Diet Coke.
Oh my God, yes. But I did quit it cold turkey after some 25 years. The only things I've ever quit, I've had to quit. I have often said when I get my death sentence, I'm going to have a Diet Coke and light a cigarette. Yes.
But do you need a death sentence to just enjoy one Diet Coke?
I think so.
Because you think it would be, you think it's a slippery slope.
I will still look at a cold, sweating bottle of Diet Coke in a refrigerator.
I think that looks really
and be
tempting.
like, oh man, that would be good. Yes.
Have you tried the probiotic sodas?
Yes.
They have cola poppy and stuff like that, or Olipop.
Those healthier sodas.
Yeah, it's like a kombucha style drink, but it's flavored like a cola instead. They're really good.
I would try one.
I feel like
I would.
I think we might. That might be interesting.
Where does one find these miracles?
Target.
And they don't have that thing that was in Coke, Diet Coke, that was killing me theoretically. What was that?
Aspartame.
Yeah, aspartame.
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of things that aren't good about colas because they leach calcium out of your bones.
I do know they used to use regular Coke to clean engines. It wasn't very comforting.
Scuba gear. A friend of mine uses Coca-Cola to clean scuba gear.
Yeah, I don't really want to know what it does, but I just know I'm done with it now.
It's all the acids.
But yeah, it sounds weird. The word kombucha, I've seen them, and I see that, and I think gross, lumpy
It's a probiotic
drink.
soda. It's not. There's no
Something about the word probiotic just sounds like
Healthy for your belly.
it sounds like Pepto-Bismol to me.
It's a stomach
No,
soda.
it's a stomach soda. It's good for your
yeah.
belly.
Mhm.
It's
I'll
good for
try it.
digestion.
I'll try it.
It might be able to get your fix in.
Maybe we could both
That would
try
be
it.
cool. It would be interesting
let's
to
put
see.
that on our thing for our next thing. We
Okay,
can
and
try
they've
it
got them
for-
that taste
for-
like Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have vintage cola. They have root beer, Dr Pepper, all those flavors. Yeah.
I love
I
Dr.
like
Pepper
Dr.
too.
Pepper.
Yeah.
I love. Yeah, the
They
only.
call it like Dr. Peeves or something.
Okay, I would love to try it because the only thing I do now, and I'm addicted to these, is soda water. Like I drink Wen's filled up
Bought
my
you that
Coke refrigerator
stupid,
with
I bought you the
LaCroix.
stupid.
I use it all the time.
But then you go and you buy all the soda
Well,
water.
I do both because these are flavored. And I don't like the flavored stuff with the soda water thing. And
just add some fruit.
that's just work. I mean, a soda can, you just go psh, done, and you get the sound. Although you do get the sound when you open the Soda Stream bottle.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool too. And it's best when it comes right out of the fridge and then I zhuzh it. Then I put it back in the fridge.
So it's super
And
cold.
then it feels exactly like that same thing. That's because that's the other thing I like about the cans in my refrigerator here and upstairs is there that it's cold and you do the same thing with beer.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, anything else you want to get off your chest while you're spewing dust bunnies?
I'm not spewing dust bunnies. No, I don't think there's anything right that like really strikes me right this instant.
Okay, good.
I'll let you know if I think it's
Oh, you
something.
please do. I love it.
It's really funny. You guys talked about can you come up with office pet peeves, and I'm like, we're just not even in an office anymore.
But
so
we
it's
kind of
really,
are.
but we are. But it doesn't. But it didn't immediately.
Hi, buddy.
It didn't immediately come
Strike
to
you.
mind, right?
But
Because it's
then-
still your home.
Then it was like popping
But
a
then-
balloon.
Yeah. Then I realized.
What
oh,
are you
yeah,
doing,
he's
bud?
Sitting down.
Well, what do you? He's defending me. It's like, don't you talk about her that way.
She's naughty, Dee.
Don't you talk about her that way.
She's so naughty, Dee.
She's the best. Thanks, buddy. I love you. I know I can always trust you. Yes, I can. You got my back. You got my back. So I think that is the
He wants
topics
more.
for today, right?
Any
Yeah,
more?
well, we're going to wrap up, I think.
Yeah.
Would you like to close this out?
No, I don't. If you've enjoyed what you heard today, please click, subscribe, comment. We love to hear comments. If there's anything you want to hear us talk about, feel free to leave it in the chat because we
And drop your own pet peeves in.
never know. Oh,
Diego
yeah.
would love to hear them. Here's the buddy. You all have a great
Diego's
week, and
the
we'll
best.
see you next time.
Bye.
Wait. E-A-D-L-E-S Eagles!